What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Ross Reviews, where today we are in a Fairlane. This is a 1998 NL Fairlane Gia Special Edition, and mate, to see this thing in this condition, it does not happen every day. Now, the NF before this generation of NL came out in 1994 and went up till 1996. The NL like we're driving today was from 96 to 1998, and then of course from 98 to 2002 we had the AU, and y'all know how much we loved our AU here. Now this one is the special edition, so these were only available in 1998, and what you got over a regular NL Fairlane was basically 16-inch alloy wheels, a 9-speaker sound system straight out of the LTD variant, and you did get an electronically assisted seat control here. So it wasn't a huge amount for the special edition, but at the same time, you still got to remember this is from 1998, and back in the day, really didn't have to do all that much to consider these things, a limited run type thing. Now these particular wheels are not the special edition ones. These are off the Concorde model, and I gotta say, they do look really good on this car. These are 16-inch, and with the white stripe around them, the white wall, it does really suit the car, I feel like. It almost does kind of give it that lowrider vibe. And just on handling, coming around some of these corners, this vehicle actually has, from standard, speed-sensitive steering. So, depending on how quickly you're going in this car, it will adjust how much firmness you get through that wheel. And look, at the end of the day, this is a luxury car, and it isn't heavy. It's soft, even at speed here, but you do really notice it when you're parking this car. And, to turn the wheel, it really is effortless. You also did get, as standard, self-leveling suspension. So if you had a couple of people in the back, this thing would actually automatically level itself out, which, for 1998, that is some pretty crazy tech. Seating position, very similar to that AU LTD I reviewed. It is just super comfortable in here. Beautiful leather seats, the big wheel, got that wood grain up there, man, and everything about this car is just luxury, effortless, and it's just comfortable. It really is. And funny enough, this was actually fitted with Smart Tech glass back in the day. They gave you better sound insulation in here, and it also had a 15 SPF UV rating to protect you from that sun, which here in Australia, that is a pretty smart feature to have. Now under the bonnet in this Fairlane, we've got a pre-Intec single overhead cam, 4-liter straight 6 engine, puts out about 157 kilowatts of power and about 357 Newton meters. It's got the 4-speed BTR, that old trusty, and mate, this thing, it's not a speed boat. This thing is a bit of a boat, but it ain't a speed boat. But man, when you get it on the open road out here, on the backcountry, this thing just loves to cruise, so much like the AU. Everything is just comfortable, and man, these things are just so damn reliable. Now, you could have also spec'd this vehicle out with the 5-liter Windsor, very similar to what was in that AU LTD. And, as much as we love to hear that V8 in a car like this, you still got to respect that inline 6 because, man, they are just absolutely bulletproof. Now, visually, a lot of people will compare this thing to, like, the body lines with its rounded kind of shape, something like a Ford Taurus. I wouldn't say it's that extreme on the ugly side. You've also got that front end, which kind of does look like a Ford Lincoln Town Car, which I would say it definitely does, especially those headlights, that C-pillar. It's very, a tall rake on it. It definitely has a vibe similar to that AU LTD of a Lincoln Continental, and that's a good thing. It does look really cool. And when you see one like this particular NL in this condition, you just don't see them anymore. And when you see this thing cruising down the road with these nice Concorde wheels, the white wall, this thing looks pretty damn good, I gotta say. Now, price, brand new, one of these things would have set you back about 49 grand. And look, back in 98, that was a lot of money. And, this thing really would have been competing with German cars, Mercedes, BMW, Audi, all of them. Now, on the used market, it is really hard to tell what these things are going to go for, because I had a look last night. There was only 2 for sale, and they were between $5,000 and $10,000. And when you're talking one like this particular one, in its condition it is, all the brochures, even the window card for it, it's, this really is kind of like a museum piece now. And it is really hard to put a value on these. Now, I have to mention the cup holder here, because in the AU, I've said it before, I reckon it has just about one of the best cup holders in any Falcon they've ever made. And this particular one, this NL, definitely didn't get the upgraded cup holder. They definitely specialized that for the AU, because this one has really got this kind of funky, you kind of just lift this little piece up, and yeah, I don't think I'd be trusting my coffee with this cup holder in this interior, because it's a bit sketchy, to say the least. And for whatever reason, Ford in the brochure had this coffee cup with no lid on it in this cup holder. Yeah, I definitely would not recommend that. 100%. Another cool kind of quirk about this car is you've got the window switches in the middle here. Not a huge fan of that, but that's all right. They are done in typical AU fashion, where you push them, up to go down, and up, down to go up, going back to front. In the automatic one for the driver, you push it down, and it actually locks the button down as the window goes down. And then when the window's all the way down, it flips back up, which that's just kind of a funny little quirk this thing does. And in the rear seats, this thing has got so much room. This is really why these were used as, government official vehicles, because it is just super roomy back there, extremely comfortable. Weirdly, though, there is no cup holders. And to me, that is just such a weird thing. And the fact you only got these 2 really dinky cup holders up here, that is a bit of a fail. Now, we're just pulling up here on this back road. It's claimed again at 9.3. In my old AU that we gave away, I remember, I think we got it into like the high 11s, and that was the best we could do, unfortunately. So we're resetting the draggy here. It'd be nice if we could get this above that. Got 2 people in the back, so just gonna build it up a little bit and see how we go. So, come on! 60s, 80, and 100. Yep, it's definitely not a rocket ship, but at the end of the day, that is definitely not what this car is all about. So let's see what that time actually was. Now, 0 to 100, guys, was 10.5 seconds. And look, it's claimed at 9.3. We had 2 people in the back. If it was just me in the car, perfect launch, you might get close to that claim time. But at the end of the day, it isn't a rocket ship. It's not meant to be a quick car. And it still beat our old AU giveaway car. So that is a good thing. So there it is, guys, the NL Fairlane Ghia Special Edition. Mate, this thing, to see one in this condition today, what a treat. Just like when I did the AU LTD, this is in immaculate condition. Huge credit to the owner for keeping it like this and just allowing us to take it out today for you guys. This is, without a doubt, one of the coolest Falcons we've had on the channel. Wicked Aussie cruiser, and yeah, this was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If so, make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you're new here. We'll see you on that next video.